Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Alyssa, and on this channel I create budgeting content, planning content, and side hustle content. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, make sure you hit subscribe and follow along on my journey to paying off a whole lot of student loans. So on this video, we will be doing a step-by-step of how I use the Budget by Paycheck workbook from the Budget Mom and closing out the first 2 weeks of March. I'm going to walk you through the budget that I had, then we'll go to the expense tracker and then input those numbers back into here. And that should hopefully give you an idea of, I believe, the proper way to close out the budget. But of course, whatever works for you, works for you. I'm sure I do something that other people don't do, and they do things that I don't do. So it's really just finding your groove and trial and error for sure. This August, upcoming August of 2024, will be my 3-year mark using the Budget by Paycheck workbook. And honestly, you guys, it's been life-changing. So we'll probably wait till August to share a bit more about my journey here, but I'm very proud of how far I've come, and let's continue on the journey here. So this is the budget I had set up for March. So we had W-2, which is, my full-time job. $19.76 was my income. I did get a raise, so yay, so happy about that. Side hustles, $113. I couldn't figure out how to say that word. And payback was $185. So total inflow was $2,274. We had budgeted rent $400, utilities $100, car insurance $65, student loan $550, life insurance $22.47 for pet insurance, and $93 for the boxing gym. Therapy was $25 and Merrill Roth was $50. You could see all of these are due on the 1st because most of these are transfers. This is a transfer. This is a transfer that I'm responsible for. Transfer. These get charged to my account on the 1st of the month. And then the boxing gym is a transfer. And then these two are variables. Therapy, it's like every other Thursday. And then Roth comes out. It's supposed to do every Monday, but I don't see the charge until about Wednesday. But that's why it's like squiggly lines, just because it's so variable. So total fixed expenses was $1,352, leaving us left over, if you subtract it from the inflow, $922. Going down to grocery, we had 75, we had 50, wait. Back up, Alyssa. Slow down for a hot second. Variable expenses. Grocery, $75. Yes, you did just hear me talk to myself. Grocery, $75. Eating out was $50. Gas and car, $50. Investments was $0. Fun and entertainment, $25. Holiday, $100. Self-care, $50. Miscellaneous, $25. Travel, vacay, $0. And pets, $50. So if you add that all up, it gives us $425, leaving us with $497 left over. To sinking funds, these are pretty much my standard sinking funds right now for every paycheck. It ebbs and flows depending on how much of the side hustle income we have, but 2025 vacation, just like last year I saved for a 2024 vacation, I'm doing $35 a paycheck for the following year. So 2025 gets $35. This year's vacations get $50. Pets, $25, deductibles, $25, car maintenance, $25, future fun, $25. Lots of 25s here. It's just nice numbers because if you get 4 of them, it equals 100. Summer fun is $12. I wanted to make sure I have money to spend on like summer fun because there's so much exciting things to do here in Seattle during the summertime. And last year, it really caught up to me of how expensive that is. So I'm trying to save more for that. And then I did put $100 towards my house savings. So total sinking funds was $297. And then left us with $200 left over. And I put that all towards my Alaska Airlines credit card. So that is the budget I had set up for the first 2 weeks of March. But after we have that all set up, right? After the 2 weeks have gone and we've got to go to our expense tracker here. Let's see here. You can see that I already set up the other March because I'm a little bit behind on filming. I apologize. So we need to go through and highlight all of our expenses here. Grabbing my budget category worksheet. Again, free worksheet from the Budget Mom's website. I go through, normally I do this as the month goes on, but you guys know I'm a little bit behind, but it's April 4th, 5th right now. I actually don't even know. And I'm filming this. So we are getting caught up. We will be caught up hopefully by the end of April. And so I'm excited for that because it's been quite a, I know you guys know I took a little bit of time off. Well, before I get into all of that, so the highlighter method is just really helpful so we can add up the total amount of expenses for that category. So as you can see, I have a highlighter that correlates to each of the budget categories, and I'm just going to talk to you as I go through and highlight all of this. But yeah, normally I do this budget closeout stuff like with a video in the background or music on just to keep myself focused and occupied. It is interesting to remind myself like what I spent money on. Like, I went to McDonald's. I've been having a little bit of a McDonald's issue lately. Dick's Drive-In, which is another burger place here around Seattle. Hopefully I haven't missed any, but normally I can catch it at the end and I just go one by one. So yeah, I did take some time off, like 3 months from YouTube, really because I was so overwhelmed with the amount of stuff I had going on. It was just overwhelming how much I was involved in, how much responsibility I had, trying to keep up a relationship, family relationships. It was the holidays, and I was just overwhelmed, and something had to be put on the back burner, and unfortunately it was YouTube. Even though I did keep up with all of my budgeting during that time, like I didn't slack, I just didn't film any videos. So I'm kind of playing catch up. For me, it was weird to just start posting like the current month's videos without doing catch up because then it looks weird on my YouTube channel. So I kind of just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna film as if nothing ever stopped, and we're just gonna have to play catch up because it is what it is at this point. I didn't really have, that's just how I wanted to do it. So, and then I can reflect back, right? Like if I ever throw these workbooks away, which I've been hoarding all of mine, I still have all of the sort of documentation on YouTube here, which is fantastic. And I will say, like, I've gotten caught up. You know, I had to film the rest of November, December, January, February is all posted. You can go check out all those videos on my YouTube channel. And I'm feeling so good. I think I have a pretty good schedule set down for when I film videos, but also like taking the pressure off of myself to film. Like, I do make money off of YouTube, but you guys, it's not like really that much money. I haven't gotten a single dime of it because I haven't hit the payment threshold yet, which is $100, and I've been monetized for about a year at this point. So I really have not made money off of my YouTube channel. So don't think that that's why I'm in this game here. It's really just to share my own journey and hopefully like inspire somebody on their journey of paying off debt, because I know like how difficult it is to be paying off debt when you also have like if you're young or you have a family, like, you know, there's constantly like give and take in this world of things that you have to, it's like this or that, right? Like it's never just easy. You have to figure things out for yourself. You've got to prioritize, and prioritizing can be really hard sometimes. It's not necessarily that fun. I'm realizing I wrote something wrong here. I wrote it in the wrong columns. I don't know why I did that. But this is Walmart, and I had grocery. So I need to put this as pink. Amazing. Okay. And then medical and pets, we don't have any highlighters for. I need to get some colors eventually. It's on the to-do list, like many, many things in this world. So after I go through and highlight everything, I guess I did this kind of funky, but this is just how I do it. I always forget a step somewhere. I write all of the budget categories over here. So grocery, eating out, gas and car, debt. And if you're doing this with me, you can, like, sometimes I can go really fast on this. You can always slow the video down. I think at this point though, I've done like this August, I guess it'll be what, 36 months times 2, because there's 2 paychecks every month. So like 72 at this point of like how many times I've closed out my budget. And honestly, I look forward to 72 more of these and more than that to like keep going. I hope she never stops making this workbook, or I'm gonna have to, well, I guess I have actually a PDF version of it, so I can always get it printed at this point from when, was it like last year, 2023 workbooks, she did not print them and we had to go through like third parties and find like independent people who can. It honestly was a pain in the butt. Ooh, sorry. Man, this is like the second video I've cursed on and I'm really not meaning to. It was a real pain on the rear end, to be honest with you. So let's count here. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 16, 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Perfect. Okay. So I got my handy dandy calculator. This was like $6, $7 on Amazon. You can go to my Amazon storefront if you want the same calculator. They come in a bunch of different colors. It's excellent. So we're going to start with grocery and we're going to add it up. So 48.12 plus 30.41. I did that wrong. We're going to start over. 48.12 plus 30.41 plus 27.68 gives us 106. Where is this? Wow, this is a lot for 2 weeks. 106.21. And I do want to go and highlight this. I should have highlighted these, wrote these down first and then highlighted as I like was highlighting over here, but I just forgot to do that. So we've got eating out, which is this blue color here. 3.84 plus 11.25. Wow, I only ate out twice these 2 weeks. Okay, I'm doing pretty good. 15.09. Gas and car, 39.9 plus 38.31. I guess I did a lot of driving. Yeah, I tried to do some like DoorDash and Uber Eats shifts, which is what ate up a lot of my gas money, or I guess my gas just in total. Debt is next, $550. Oh, I haven't been highlighting this. Okay, hold on. Me over here trying to do a step-by-step and I can't even get it together today. The highlighting is like not really that important for this side of things. I just like things to be color coordinated because it just makes it easier on the flip side when you're closing it out on the actual budget sheet. This is a very valuable step, I will say, in terms of closing out your budget. You should be doing this every month or every time you're paid is closing out your budget, just so you can see like where things are go. Did you have a giant amount of stuff missing? Like, are you on track? Are you doing what you set out to do? Like your goals and what you would have wanted to accomplish for that paycheck. So debt, $550 plus 186 equals 736. Investments, we had 25 plus 25. Perfect, 50, which I think is what we had budgeted. Savings, we had 65 plus 297 plus 34.98. Okay, great. I just put it towards sinking funds. 396.98. Rent and utilities, I believe it's just the 500. So you've got to highlight these because I don't want to forget to do it. Rent, utilities, fun and entertainment is this yellow. And holiday is this dark purple. I like have it memorized, I think, at this point. Again, this is like, we're coming up on, I think we're probably somewhere in the 60s at this point of the amount of times I've closed out my budget. So I would hope, and I've had these highlighters for a long time. They're only like $10 for this entire pack. Actually, I have 2 packs of them at this point because when I had an office building and I went to my office, I would have a set of highlighters there and then I would have a set at home. So I could update my budget like anywhere I go. I could close it out anywhere I went, and it just makes things like so much easier to do when you have multiple highlighters. So if you're thinking about that, just get 2 sets if you have like multiple places that you go. Okay, those are all the colors. So fun and entertainment, we only had 1, so 8.60. Holiday, it doesn't look like we had anything for holiday. Self-care, we did have 93 plus 25 plus 50. So 168. 168. Miscellaneous was 17. We only had 1.98. Insurance, we always add this up, 21.42 plus 46.67. 68.39. 68.39. Travel, I don't see anything here. Pets, we did have some pets. So 48.51 plus 24.11 is 72.62. 72.62. Business was 0. We did have some medical. So 50. I had to go to the urgent care. I had I don't know if it was strep or what, but I was not feeling so good. It was not strep because they did test me for a bunch of stuff. And she said it came back negative, and I'm I'm pretty sure it's strep throat, but I got over it, and it took 5 days for my throat to stop hurting. It was it wasn't a sore throat, I was getting sick. It was a piercing, I was swallowing a razor blade every time. It was painful, but okay, so we've got all of that closed out. We've done our calculations, we've got our highlighting done, and now we need to go back to the budget, and this is where we kind of have to flip back and forth between things. So we had W2 1976, perfect. I'm gonna keep this highlighter right here just so I don't have to keep flipping back and forth or keep finding the page. Side hustle, we had 113. Was there anything else? I think 113 was the side hustle. 113. And payback, we're gonna have to grab the calculator. We had 70.82 plus 115 gives us 185. We're just gonna keep it at 185. Oh, hallelujah, look at that. And we didn't have any other random income. No, okay. So I'm not even gonna use the calculator because we already did it over here. So 2,274. And now we need to go confirm our fixed expenses. We had rent and utilities of 400 and 500. I just combined them because they go into the same account. Car insurance, we did get 65 out of, so 65. Student loan was 550, fantastic, 550. Life insurance and pet insurance is 21 and 47, or 22 and 47. Boxing gym was 93, perfect. Therapy, we had 1 therapy session, and let's just check the investments. Okay, so we can just kind of close this out as well. 25 and 50. So everything looks to line up exactly as we had predicted. So again, not gonna grab my calculator because I already did the calculations. And 922 left over. This is where it's gonna get a little bit different, so that's why calculating this stuff up front is helpful. Grocery was 106, so we're gonna write 106. Eating out was 15, so we'll write 15. Gas and car, 78. Investment, so technically we put $50 towards investment, but we already calculated that right here. So what we actually put in terms of variable expenses is nothing. Fun entertainment was, let's do $9, we'll round up. Sometimes if I have Spotify up here, that would be fun and entertainment, but I don't for this paycheck. So it's just whatever we have in the variable expenses. Holiday was 0. Now this is where I do know that we'll have to do some calculations. So self-care, we had a total of $168, so 168. However, we put 93, so minus 93 towards the boxing gym, and 25 towards the therapy. So the rest over is the variable expense, which is the other self-care of $50. Miscellaneous, we had $18 there. And then travel was 0, but pets, we'll just grab this while we're here, $73. So I don't have to flip it back again, 73. So now we do actually have to do some calculations. So grocery, 106, plus 15 for eating out, plus 78 for gas and car, plus 9 for fun and entertainment, 50 for self-care, 18 for miscellaneous, and 73 for pets. This is $349. I'm gonna add it up one more time just to make sure it was correct, because you never know with my brain if I mess something up. Perfect. So we take the 922 minus 349, gives us 573 left over. So 573. And if there is a transaction for $297, perfect. That was with the sinking funds. So normally when I do that, I like to write it in of exactly when I transfer the money to my Ally savings account, which is the high yield earning interest. I normally like write it in so I don't forget what I did. So we're going to 573 minus 297 gives us 276. And how much did we put towards the Alaska Airlines credit card? We put 186 towards the Alaska Airlines credit card. Anything else? This we already accounted for. So 186. 186. So minus 186 gives us $90. Oops, that's supposed to be. That was wrong. It's to be 186, 90 left over, so 90. And then I do believe we put extra money towards savings. Oh, you know what I didn't account for is the medical. The medical was 5,770, and I didn't account for that anywhere. So we're just gonna have to do it. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day, you guys, extra, as long as it's accounted for somewhere on here. So we did not budget anything for this, but we put, how much towards medical? $58, we'll call it. 50. I was getting worried. I was like, oh my gosh, like something is not adding up here as we get to the end. And then 35 for the bottom part in terms of the extra savings. So 58 plus 35 gives us $93, which if everything was a round number within my budget, we would have -$3, meaning we went over budget by -3, but because I round so much within this just to keep it like clean and organized, I am very happy. Like everything worked out really well this month, for these 2 weeks of March. I hope this was helpful in just going through with you exactly how I close out my budget. It's not as scary as you think. It will get easier as you continue to do this and just create that muscle memory. So thank you all for watching. I'm so appreciative. Let me know how your March went, and I will see you all in my next video very soon. Bye everyone.